Hello, everyone. This is Isaiah C. from the OutdoorExperiment.com, and this is part 2 of 3 of the Wisconsin Whitetail series of videos that I got here. This video, we're going to start hunting. We're going to get it kicked off with opening morning, so let's get going. This was when we were getting out to walk out to the spot. I just wanted to show you guys this landscape because it was just beautiful. It was totally worth going out there just because of the landscape. I suggest, even if you don't like hunting, to get outside and, bring your camera with, shoot some photography because this was beautiful. We sat out there for a while, went back to the truck, ate some lunch, and then spent the evening out in the woods again. When we pick up on the video, we have another hunter that made it out there for the second half of the day, and he was walking right on top of us. He didn't know we were there, but that's hunting. That's public hunting. You can't do much about it. You can't really tell anybody to take off, and you got to accept the fact that somebody might walk up on top of you. But fortunately, one of the things that a lot of hunters don't really appreciate is a lot of times when somebody like that walks out there, they're more likely to scare deer up, and those deer are likely to run towards you or near you than if they never came out there at all. So to be honest with you, I don't mind too much when they're there, as long as they don't walk right on top of the deer, because then they're just scaring them further away, that type of thing. But what are you going to do?
Dude, don't go in there. This is their trail. Man, he scared him away and then he's walking right where they went on their trail. Seriously.
Don't walk on the deer trail. That's the worst thing you do because you're just going to scare them off of that trail. And the next time you come out there, they're not going to be there. If you're smart, you'd go the long way, and that's how you get around the deer. He didn't do that, and it was annoying because you're sitting there all day. This deer would have stayed there, and they could have walked right towards me. That's just... What are you going to do? You got to live with other people. They got to live with you. It's public hunting grounds. I can't tell anybody they have to leave. And you just hope that people are courteous and respectful of each other. Most people are. Most hunters are. People do dumb things. They scare deer away. They make noise. They smoke cigarettes. My rule, generally speaking, if somebody's not hurting anybody, then let it go.
By the way, the moon looks off. There it is, right? There we go. It's a full moon.
When it's pitch black and you can't see anything, it's pretty easy to get creeped out in the woods because, you just get instantaneously insecure, like, what's going on? Yeah, then you flip the flashlight on, and next thing you know, every animal within a couple hundred yards knows exactly where you're at. Now, you got that full moon out there, and you could walk around just as well as the animals, and you can see just about anything. So... And that was a rough opening day. Just as I was leaving for the night, before it got too dark, we saw 3 deer, and they got up and ran. I scared them away. So, it happens sometimes, and there's not much you could do about it. You just got to keep hunting. The first day I kind of noticed there's a lot of people. We had that guy walk out there, scare the deer away. So what I decided was to go to a place that was a little bit more remote, less likely to see more people there, and you should be using multiple spots. You shouldn't sit in the same spot every day, more than one day in a row, because the deer will pattern you, and they'll know you're going to be there, and then they'll avoid that place. And what you'll do is turn a good spot into a bad spot. This is a slightly different perspective of our hunting spot, looking back behind us, and this is neat because until I watched the video, I didn't even see that there was at least 2 of them. I heard a little bit of something, and then I saw a bit of its face, which you could actually see in the video. They're so well camouflaged, you just don't see them. I was sitting there for probably 3 hours, and finally I see a little bit of deer face. It walks by, and that's it. Lo and behold, I come back later, watch the video. There's actually 2 deer there, and that's hunting. That's what's so fun about it. I'm basically sitting there looking in a field of grass, and the next thing you know, there's the little ears popping out. And so, as the season went on a little bit, I had a few run-ins with deer, and I didn't really get a chance to shoot at one. And lo and behold, the rut started. So what I decided was to try to do some deer calls. I mean, what can it hurt? Deer are not incredibly vocal animals. The calls don't always work. Sometimes they work in the rut really, really well. And even during the rut, sometimes you'll find that they're not working. Basically, you have small windows of opportunity to call them in. You have to be Johnny on the spot. You've got to be right there. You'll see a lot of other hunting videos with people who spend a lot of time calling the deer and stuff like that. A lot of them guys have the benefit of resources that most hunters are not going to have, being such that they have dedicated areas where nobody else is calling them. One of the problems you'll find on public hunting ground is if you call a deer enough, is they get used to it and they stop responding. And that happens on public hunting grounds, and I don't know that people realize it. Nope, not really. Wasn't interested. Just hungry. He wasn't out to prove his dominance or anything like that. What's worth noting, though, is even though I was doing the deer calls, he was largely unalarmed. Didn't seem to bother him. Didn't scare him away, which, who knows? I mean, obviously he knew something was there. I'm assuming he thought I was a deer. I hope that's what he thought. I hope he just wasn't so unenthusiastic about the fact that I was sitting on the other side of the field doing grunts at him. I know he heard it. For the most part, you might not attract a deer, but I've never had an experience where I did a call and it scared a deer away, although it can happen. I give it a shot. Worst comes to worst, it works, and a big buck runs up on you and you get a shot. So I hope you guys enjoyed part 2 of the Hunting Wisconsin Whitetail series, and tune in for part 3. We get a chance to shoot a deer and I go over some more hunting techniques.